Hi guys, yeah. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, but I've been kind of busy. I've traveled to Lagos, come back, and right now I'm in Shada House, and I want to tell the story of how my Facebook was hacked. Yes, this is a very difficult one to tell, but it happened. So this is what happened on Sunday, October 4th. A guy called me and was like, "Hello, are you Shola Adekure?" I said yes. He said, your birthday is tomorrow, congratulations, blah blah blah. And let me just give some context here. At the time he was calling, the day previous, like the Saturday before that Sunday, because he called on a Sunday morning, I was really down. My body system was not together. So that Sunday morning, I was just basically essentially recovering. And he called me while I was in the car on the way to church, and I was sitting like beside my dad in the front seat. And he said, "Tomorrow is your birthday, congratulations. I'm calling from Facebook." I think he said something like that. And that he wants to give me a gift. That do I want a recharge card or data? It's like, whatever, anyone is good, anyone is fine. And he said, okay, he said he was going to find a way to send it to me. I said, so at that point, because I was really, I already suspected this guy was like a criminal, one of these 419 guys, but I didn't want to be rude. And because lately I've been receiving calls like that of people who were actually asking questions about Shada House and wanting to come around to pick up a skill, web development, photography. So people have been asking me questions like that, just coming out of the blues. So I thought that two things were running through my mind as I was speaking with him. Is this a Facebook friend who was just trying to play around because my birthday was the following day? Or was this person, was this like one of the people who were asking questions, were calling to ask questions about what was going on in Shada House? So I didn't want to be rude. So I said, "See, young man, let me call you back." So it was at that point he said, all right, before you cut, there's this number that will pop up on your screen, just call the number. So I was trying to say whatever. At that point I was just trying to dismiss the guy, just dismiss him. And I told him I'll call him back because I was not in the right frame of mind. I wanted to say the right things. I didn't want to sound rude. So he just said, call the number. So I didn't even think about it. I just told him the number that Facebook sent to me. And at the point, I didn't even know it was sent by Facebook. I didn't know where the number was coming from. I just was looking through my phone. As he said that, a number came up just at the top of the screen. I read this notification thing. So it came out. So I just quickly picked up the number with my head and I read the number to him over the phone. Now, immediately I dropped that phone call. My daddy, who was sitting next to me, was like, "Did you just give somebody the number he called you to call out to him? There's somebody who you do not know?" And then it hit me that, okay, yeah. This guy is trying to get at something. So I checked the message properly. I saw it was Facebook who sent the message. I was like, okay, good. This guy is trying to get into my Facebook. So I said, okay, what I was going to do, I underestimated the guy, to be honest. So I said, okay, I know what to do. I went to my Facebook, logged it out. I saw a message of Facebook telling me, did you log in? Did you try to log in through another phone? I said no. So I was basically telling Facebook that person is not me. I thought that was sufficient. So I logged out and logged in again. I changed password too. So I thought that was enough. People of God, it wasn't. So that was all. My daddy was really saying, so I wanted to do some other things, to be honest. My daddy was saying, the guy is trying to get into your account. He's going to withdraw your money. Send all your money to my cousin, who was also in the car at that time. I was like, I know what is happening here. It's not about my account balance. It's not about the money I have. It's about Facebook. He was like, it doesn't matter. Just remove the money. Just be on the safe side. So those things were not allowing me to process things properly. And I did what I could do with Facebook, and because we were on our way to church, I got to church. I got into church. I sat down, had Sunday school. All was going on fine. I thought I had solved the problem. I still looked through Facebook quickly while in church. I didn't see anything weird, so I thought all was good. Just after we finished Sunday school, while we were from school, I got a call, from a friend, and he said, "Guy, it looks like your account has been hacked too." Oh man, I was like, whoa. So I told him I noticed it, but I'll try to see what I can do. I rushed to Facebook, checked. I saw that the hacker had put up something saying, pay this or so amount to Jama Life, and you get your money for 5 minutes. It's just weird numbers. It's like, okay, good. So I tried to delete that. When I got in, it just logged me out. So I knew that, okay, this is a big one. Because immediately I got into Facebook, it logged me out. I tried to sign in back, it was not allowing me to do that. So, right? So at that point, I became really bothered. But I got back into church, tried to finish on the school, started the service. I told myself I was going to settle and attend to it after church. But I started getting calls. Like calls from people on Facebook, your account has been hacked, your account has been hacked. My brothers and sisters, people started calling my sister, started sending her messages that have been hacked and stuff. So just pushing all those things to me, like, young man, come and handle your people, find something to do about it. And so I was actually trying to figure out what to do about it. So somehow I tried playing with my password, trying to do some resetting, it was not working. At some point in the service, I figured that I could go to my email. I tried going to my email. So just imagine, I was dropping the phone at some point. When we were praying, I just drop it. Maybe there's an announcement going on, I'm like using my phone again. And so when it was just before Holy Communion, I did some things and got into Facebook, into my account. So at that point, I was like, I was glad. I was like, yeah, I'm back to my account. It didn't hit me that it was bigger than I thought. So I got into Facebook. I deleted the post he made about Jama Life, and I left. I left it there, believing I had regained my account back, and I was hoping to come back to it, do the password stuff, maybe 2-step verification, add more security, and that should be all. After the Holy Communion, I got back, checked my phone, it logged me out again. And that was the end. That was the last time I got into Facebook. So it became really tricky. From that point on, I tried other things, tried for my Yahoo Mail, because interestingly, the email account I used to open that Facebook account was a Yahoo Mail account. A Yahoo Mail account that I almost never use. Maybe I check it once in a year. So I almost never use that Yahoo Mail. And I somehow just feel like that's enough security. Like, if I don't use the account, I never get to use, like, I don't even care about it. The only things that get to that email is probably my Facebook notifications. It's a Yahoo Mail account. The one I opened in 2012 or so, thereabout. So I somehow, so that was how it happened, and I think I learned really big lessons from it. When it happened, what I was concerned the most was people losing money. I know that I can get my account back, I can make friends again, I can reconnect with the people who were my friends in the previous account, but I was hoping that people do not lose their money. I was quite happy when I had that people were giving me feedback, like, everybody who knows you or reads your content should actually know that that is not you. First of all, the investment package was pretty ridiculous. He was writing without marks, like punctuation marks. Then there was this part of it where he was just writing in all caps, and that was not something like that's not even close to how I write. And so, of course, it was really interesting. So most people knew that it was not me, but I fear that a few persons might have fallen for it. That should have been the end of the story, but it's not. Because interestingly, I think on the Wednesday or Thursday, I was in Lagos at the time. I was in my room and I get a call again. I pick the call, I hear the voice, and I recognize the voice as the guy who actually hacked my account, who called me that Sunday. And he was like, guy, I can smell the Edo accent. I can hear it, strong Edo accent. And don't ask me how I know Edo accent. It's just my thing. I was born in Edo State, so I know Edo people and their accent. So I had him say, guy, I like your account. Go. And you be lawyer, and no shit. That was very painful because like you are a lawyer, and I have your account. That thank you. So that was where I actually got really worked up. I was pissed and afraid that people were actually falling for it. I've not had anybody say he fell for it, but I don't understand his joy. Where was his joy coming from? And I only feel like his joy could only be coming from the fact that maybe a few persons fell for it. And that's painful. And I'm sorry for those who fell for it. Because I understand that he used my person and you trusted me a lot to commit your money to it, and that can be painful, but that's all good. So he called me that day and he said, thank you very much, that even the new account I had created. So note now, I had created a new account. So for those of you who do not know, my new account is Olushola Adekure 2, the second. So it's like II. So I created that new account. Somehow he found out, and he said he was going to come and take that too. So I didn't know what to do. So at that point, I tried to quickly record the message, but before I could, he had called the call. So I made a post about that on the second page. I double checked my 2-step verification to see that it was actually working, and it was. So I was confident that he would most likely not be able to get through. But in all, I feel this has been a big learning experience for me, especially as to security. I know that personally I'm not a very alert person when it comes to security. I just have this confidence, this weird confidence that I cannot be hacked. I remember being in court one time and the judge was telling his story of how he himself was hacked. When I say hacked now, it was 419, if I may use that word. What happened with him was that he received a call saying that his younger brother was held in the US Embassy, and truly his younger brother was actually abroad. And it was around the time that Trump was actually, what would I call them now? He was taking people, immigrants, and putting them in maybe cells somewhere. So the judge transferred money to the guy who called, and the judge lost his money. It was when he dropped the call a few minutes later, he made some other calls and discovered that he had actually been duped. And I was in court that day, I was like, oh man, you are the old generation, that's why you don't know what's going on. Like, how can you fall for that? But this was me giving up my number to a complete stranger, and the guy actually hacked the account. But I just feel like right now, I think I'm more alert. I'm more careful as to security. I've done my 2-step verification for Instagram. I never thought they had that. I think I tried to do some extra security on Twitter. So I am more careful about that now. What else? Yeah, that's one part of it. So I think it has made me more alert, and that's a good thing, because my money is actually the most important thing here. Because if you lose the money, man, that would be a tough one. But Facebook, I can recover Facebook. In fact, I have about 1.1k friends now. I never thought I would be counting those things, but this one I'm counting it. So it's very interesting. So yeah, that's where I am now. I've made friends. I'm back on Facebook. So the security thing, I'm extra careful. Another thing I've learned is, I remember Gary Vee said, start from, like, be enthusiastic about starting from zero. And it's something that I felt like this was an opportunity to actually do that, to try that out. Like, I can start from 0 friends and build whatever I've always had and still continue with that. The beautiful thing is, so I have, in less than, today is 18, I guess, 18. And this happened on the 4th. And right now I have over 1,000 friends. And that shows that, of course, there's so many things that have been going on. It's not so difficult to actually meet people, get friends, and build your reputation and build your brand on Facebook or online, whichever way it is. The third thing I've also realized is I've been making new friends, and that's a cool thing. I love meeting people. I say it every time. I love meeting people. I love having conversation with new people. I've received messages, direct messages from people. It's a new touch. People who don't know me before, and so they are saying some things that I may ordinarily not have heard because my former account had a reputation. You could go through it and you could at least feel me and feel who I was and hear my thoughts. But I had new persons come around who didn't exactly know who I was. And so they were saying some very interesting things, and I could interact with that and make more friends. It's cool stuff. I think the fourth thing I think I enjoyed, I don't want to exactly say I enjoyed, but one of the things I saw that made me kind of happy was people knew what I could say and what I wouldn't say. That really made me glad, because you do not know what brand you have until you get feedbacks. And so when people started calling in, friends from Facebook that I had never spoken to before, or friends from Facebook that were messaging my sister, messaging my brother, and telling them that, okay, your brother's account was hacked. It means that people actually know who I am and they understand my values, and so they can judge based on that. That's a very beautiful thing, to be honest. For somebody to be able to speak for you and say you cannot say this or you cannot do this, I really take that really seriously, and I'm grateful for everyone who had seen that and believed that I would not do something like that. Put your money and get your money back in 30 minutes. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, so it has been a good experience. I also want to encourage you to do your 2-step verification. I feel like I'm doing an advert now. But do your 2-step verification on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram. And that way you can keep yourself safe. I believe if you do those things, nobody will be able to hack your accounts, especially for those who are apprehensive. I had a number of friends whose accounts were also hacked, because I noticed it too. So do your 2-step verification. If you do that, he will not be able to hack you. No hacker will be able to enter your account. What else are you supposed to do? Don't ask questions. If a friend on Facebook is asking you to give money, make sure you call the friend's number and speak to him directly. Don't give people money on Facebook. Ensure that you speak to them first, hear their voice, and be sure that you are speaking with them before you send that money. So that should be all for now. That's all the story there is, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Peace. A quick message to the hacker, in case you are watching. I'm coming for you.